Hi everyone. First of all, sorry for how I sound. I came down with a bit of a flu over the weekend, and I feel much better today, and actually I have to film quite a few videos, so I'm just sounding a bit rubbish, but I do feel okay. So I was just answering quite a few of the comments on YouTube, and thank you for leaving your comments. I really enjoy going through them, and they tend to be also quite helpful for me because I realize what videos I should make to answer your questions. And one of you has actually asked me what color my Mr. Darcy was in one of the videos, the older videos that I made. And I thought, why don't I film an updated version of showing how the color has now changed. So I received my Mr. Darcy, I think on the 29th of August, so right at the end of the August, and it's been almost well, about a month and a half really, month and a half to 2 months almost. And I wanted to show you how he has changed a little bit in color, which is what I was expecting. So having seen some of the videos, some of the buttered rums that were unpacked in the unboxing videos, they were very pale, and I was hoping mine wouldn't be as pale, but from what I understand, because it's real leather, it comes in a variation of tones. Although the actual color is buttered rum, it can have a variation. But the main thing was that I knew that it's going to get a little bit darker with time. By darker, I just mean it gets more kind of juicier. It doesn't go dark necessarily. It's still the same color, but it just gets a little bit more interesting. And if I have a picture of the old color, I might insert it at the end, and then the picture of the new. Hopefully you can see the difference. But I will show you something. So I basically at first was keeping my Mr. Darcy in this beautiful cloth bag that he comes in. It's really sort of nice quality. It's very soft, kind of, you know, when you buy a really expensive leather handbag, you tend to get these kind of cloth bags to keep them in. So at first I was for a very long time, probably a few weeks, I just couldn't dare kind of leaving him unprotected on my desk, and I was putting him in the bag. And then soon after I just started leaving him out like this. And my desk is in front of the window, and quite often I have the curtains shut, but when I don't, and if it tends to be a sunny day, then he gets a little bit of sun on him. So sun exposure, but not to the point where he's kind of, that the sun is damaging the leather. You don't want the leather to be sort of, you know, in full sun, left for very long periods of time. So he does get a little bit of sunlight that way, and daylight. And if I show you, so this is what he looks at the front, and this, you can see lighter, is what he used to look when he first came. So obviously this is the back side that he lays on, so it doesn't get any sunlight, and this is the side he gets the sunlight. So you can see the difference. It's very mild, but I love it. I really love this kind of toasted look about him. So if I'm going to open him, keep referring to him as Mr. Darcy, as him, because he's Mr. Darcy. So you can see now the difference quite clearly, hopefully. Here slightly more toasted, and here paler. And so I think I will probably start putting him down on the front so that I get this side as well to this color. I mean, look at this gorgeousness. This corner particularly is just such a beautiful color. So this is the color I wanted him to be, and I knew when I received him at this color, I knew that I would get him to this color. So yeah, it's definitely great. The inside, from what I understand, because obviously it doesn't get much sunlight, it kind of stays that color, but the more you touch it, the more you kind of are in contact with the leather, it will age nicely as well, so we'll get that character and darkness, not too dark, but you know, this type of kind of darker color. It will get it, he will get it with time as well on the inside leather. And obviously where for example this one is exposed, so the pen holder, pen loop is exposed, so it would get some nice aging and character to it as well. And there is a little pocket on the inside. So mine is the deluxe version, hence I have the pockets and also the stitching. So yeah, so at the moment I kind of have him sit there, and I use one of my inserts that I'm kind of working through quite rapidly. I have it outside because I don't want to, you know, currently I'm doing the Inktober, so I'm working a lot with inks which are very staining, so I don't want Mr. Darcy to get covered in ink. So basically I just take the insert out and the one that I'm working on, and if I know it's quite a messy process, instead of putting him in and out and kind of stretching the rubber bands, I just kind of keep the insert out that I'm working in, and then eventually I'll put that insert into here, and then I'll take an insert out that I will be working next on, and that's how I'm going to be doing it. So eventually all of these inserts won't be empty as they are now, but they will have beautiful pages to look at. And this is sort of like a kind of like a diary or journal really that I do, so I don't do much inking or coloring here, so it's quite clean, and I do it straight inside the Mr. Darcy. So I kind of don't I haven't done much because I've been quite busy with Inktober, but yeah, so that's how I go about. So I hope you found this useful, and he's gorgeous. I love Buttered Rum. The leather is stunning, and yeah, it just feels really good in your hands. So again, thanks for watching, and see you soon.